Now, he is now sort of like surrounded by people who are confusing him, saying they are helping him. Now, if Gurexi is helping him, and Gurexi became a publicist at the time, Lagata is also helping him in the background, roguing the nation, but giving him an inkling that is helping him. And then the saga started, and it's like he was the one even managing Gurexi's Black App account as well as Joseph Aloba's Black account. Now, whether he rewarded himself handsomely, allegedly, transferring money and using the account to rogue the nation by dialoguing with people as if it's Joseph Aloba that is engaging with them. It's out in the open. The critical thinkers challenged him. They tried the best they could, but they are also part of the problem. And the problem they were part of was to support Joseph Aloba in association on their side with the view to, they got something out of it anyway. We got the news about Barrister Olaide's son's school fees. Now, whilst the public is being fended off Baba, the people that are now fending the public from Joseph Aloba's magnanimity to sort of like feel sorry for people because is now famous, is now loaded with money to help them. The one that are even suppressing it are also benefiting from it financially. And one thing we need to consider and actually bear in mind is that whilst Joseph Aloba was surrounded by these people, presumably trying to help him, trying to shield the public away from him, how many of them benefited from the Wema, Access, and Go Fraud Me? All of them. All of them. Bio Billions, Barrister Olaide, Barrister, another woman barrister, Pork York, and the rest of Ish Talk, and all these people. Even Ish Talk came recently, probably trying to debunk something. And Ish Talk, like I said, I respected him when he started off. But he got dragged into the pits of hell where they are doing all this mago and all this malignment and all this shenanigans that is now clear to the public. So a summary to that will be Joseph Aloba was in a no man's land, never knew whether he was coming or going, being dragged left, right, and center. But I congratulate Mr. Joseph Aloba for one thing. When he released that track, Eba mi be won, Eba mi bebe, Eba mi be alashi juko Eba mi be won. Because he's saying, say little, and let the little just be okay. If the little you are saying is meaningful, just leave it as that. What has he done wrong? What has he done wrong? Because the GoFundMe account, the orchestrator and the engineers, is an Americana. Lighton is an Americana. Bukit Jesse is a Londoner. He surrounded himself with these people. And I still say it to today, Crunch Queen, as much as I love you, you should have opened the eyes of the public. You should have come out and say, I believe there is a bit of over-engineering of this fund that I'm not happy with. I think they are doing something dodgy, rather than just walk away without informing the public about your findings and your worries. Otherwise, I don't have any problem with Crunch Queen other than that. Same goes for chairman. So, who are the people that manage the Access account? Who are the people that manage the Wema and the GoFraudMe account? And if the panel of the GoFraudMe is opened today, what we will find if FBI or the Nigerian EFCC gets into it in collaboration with FBI and Interpol, if they open it up, what you will find is that When Escapade and IT guy was saying to you guys, they should open that panel and let us see what is in there. What we would have found is that whilst everybody is seeing that the donation is growing and it went up to $26,000, which is what it will still be showing till today, they've already started withdrawing the money in the background. Now, you will find out that the money they withdrew will not correlate with paying for autopsy or toxicology or DNA or paying lawyers because they are using the money in GoFundMe to live large, to work out who needs money in their people. Okay, you need school fees here, or you need your rent paid here. You want to go to nightclub and go to Nigeria and go and get this TikToker. Take some. What happened to Anna Azuko? Anna Azuko compromised herself, jumped in bed with the stinking stinkers. They appointed Pokyok to get on her case. When Pokyok got on her case, they ended up in a party somewhere in the UK. When they ended up in a party somewhere in the UK, they now decided to take photograph of a daughter who is presumably Down syndrome or have some kind of ADHD condition, and they then use that to shame her. Can you imagine what these people have done in the past? And we are there, and people are not listening. They are not listening. I am listening. I don't. You see, the thing is, I don't record. The things I write down is when I'm doing my show or during the show or things I pick up on sitting on Windows. But when I put it together, nobody is furnishing me with information at all. But I'm just putting it together, going from Windows to Windows, and I'm mapping people's connection together. And when I thought the time is right, that's when I decided it's time for us to break the shackles and the chain of the underground movement. I knew exactly what I was doing. So if you look at this, there is a foundation to it. Now, the people that are involved, they know themselves and they are listening right now. And they are shaking in their boots. And the reason why they are shaking in their boots is that people will now go back. And I was on a platform. Someone said, the people like myself that know so much, they have a suspicion that the IT guy must have been involved all along. See, this is how silly and shilly-shally and how shallow people can get. And that is why I keep saying, if anyone can find anything in any association, in their DM, anywhere whatsoever in 21 months, it's not going to take you 2 seconds to throw it out and say, this is me, an IT guy, planning something. They don't, because I don't engage that way as a human being. When I grew up as a child, even at the age of 18, when I become a young adult, I knew at that point that for the rest of my life, I will never cheat anybody. I will always work for my money. And if I don't have, I don't beg. Because if I don't have, I beg, they will be shaming me right now. I don't ask, I don't beg. I'm a full-fledged, red-blooded male, a man who will find different ways to make money, feed his family, support his family. In my life, at the age of 58, I will be August 21st this year. Nobody will ever find anything on me to do with begging for money, stealing people's money, using my money to destroy people. Never. I wasn't built that way. But if I'm speaking my truth, block me if you wish. The people that block IT guy will still use their fake account to come and listen to him. And I can block and unblock too, as I deem fit. And this is where we are. We are not truthful. What are we scared of? The people that they've managed to eliminate of the process. People are saying something about some guy and the girlfriend who released a video about Mohbad when he was saying, if you buy me, you will suffer forever. Where are these people? That is the tip of the iceberg, because there are so many people that they've eliminated from this process. Think about one thing. there is a prominent guy who started this whole thing when Paparano was lying to us that we started from his platform. Was it not on a Very Wicked Ladies platform that we all came out and it was actually clear to us that it wasn't even at the time, Paparano was nowhere near justice. And where I can't remember the guy's name, but he was there. If I go downstairs and get my papers, I'll be able to read the name out. Now, when you look at this, AJ, who is AJ? Where is AJ? They said AJ defected from the process when he left Nigeria and went to the UK. But how can he just disappear to the UK and then stop talking? And then we then ended up with Westo. Even Westo was there before Paparano. And Paparano is telling us is the one that taught Westo how to use TikTok. What sort of rubbish and nonsense are we playing with? Why is Westo now stammering? Why is Westo will stammer? Because Westo is the one that is actually benefited from the blood money on Justice for Mohbad more than anybody. More than anybody. Westo is number one. Arifa was just a crumb catcher. When they've shared the money, it's the crumbs that they will give him. When he got desperate and he cannot really do anything to mastermind, Arifa started doing Oduifa. He was doing Oduifa. He was doing ceremonial, what was that, a traditional babalawo on social media. That's the reason why we laughed then when you got incarcerated. Why did you not use the Ifa when they locked you up to escape from incarceration? The only thing he could do to actually gain prominence is to lie, is to go into the studio and engineer lies, look for actors and actresses. He paid for it. He came back. Instead of this idiot to keep quiet, he wants to go back to jail again. Because that's where he's going to end up. I promise him. It will end up there. If the way he's carrying on now, Arifa, there's no way you're going to redeem yourself on the death of someone's child. The death of someone's child. Do you hope to have a child and then to bring your child up to that age for that child to be pied and for you to be part of the malignment and the mago not to get justice? Do you hope for that to happen to you? You failed once and you need to retract yourself and disappear. It is not compulsory. You can rebrand yourself and go back to your Ifa stuff and still Ogedengbe and all your sort of like garbage utterances and incantation and all that nonsense that we've seen on Nollywood movie over and over again that means absolutely nothing to the modern world. Nothing to the modern world. And you're going to sit down there and then you now saying, what we need to do, we forgive everybody for their misgivings. And then now we have to move forward. And you want to advise people, Arifa. You want to advise Sele. You want to advise Lagata. You want to advise African TV. You want to you, coming from you, come on, loan yourself a bit of common sense. And this is where we are. And then he has a knack, the audacity, the effrontery, the energy, the nerve to go into my profile and then release a video to shade me in public for what? I'm speaking my mind. If I associate you to something that I thought is the real deal, all you need to do is to come out, DM me, or whatever. When I did African TV's thing the last time, everybody was on Paparano's platform. There's saga all over the place. So I decided to do the show. I did the show, and I allowed just me and African TV for him to speak his mind, speak his truth, so that the public will start seeing him a different way, not because I planned it or anything. I had my questions and answer. We went through it. And when I finished the show, I then invited Lagata. You are also another personality that everybody is talking about. What says you for you to join me on the next chapter so that you can speak your truth? He agreed to it. We had a DM dialogue. I dialogued with him. It was in Nigeria. And I said, upon your return, we'll do this show. When he returned, he wasn't interested. He got sidetracked. I got sidetracked. and I thought carefully about some things I'm beginning to pick up. Recently, on this same platform, he came live and said, remember the offer you gave me in December? I am now going to accept the offer, and I will now be happy if we can have this co-hosting situation. And then in that conversation, which was recorded, he said maybe he can bring Arifa into it or Pokyok. He mentioned a number of people. I was wary of that, but I agreed. Okay, now that I agreed to co-host with this guy, we agreed to co-host on the same day at 11 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, or maybe it wasn't this, I think it was the same day. At 11 o'clock, I DM'd him and said to him, sorry, let's do it at 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, I didn't hear from him. I looked at the time, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and then that day fizzled out. I didn't hear anything from him. And then all of a sudden, it was now on my platform and talking nonsense about this and that. And then when he was shamed openly in public, he now decided to go and chop something and said I was begging him. Can you imagine how dangerous this guy is? I was begging him. So subsequent to that, I thought, let me leave a whole day for him to finish exposing himself. And I then displayed the full conversation to the public. This is what these people do. They lie and lie and lie to a point that they've forgotten about the lies they've told. Now, Lagata, my advice for you, if anybody is recording this, or the advice I will loan you is that it's no point going to people's platform if you won't allow them to ask you a question and you won't allow them to speak. Because the spotlight is on you, you should solemnly suppress your mic, allow people to ask you questions, allow people to interject you and speak instead of disrupting the process. I rest my mic. Thank you, my people.
I also remember I was here since the very beginning as well, and I was roaming around trying to find who is who and what people had to say. And I remember AJ, I remember Westo, and I remember Mercy Found Me. I joined Mercy Found Me.
Why did he change of mind at this moment? Why not advising him to just address it peacefully in his classroom the same that day? Why do you now decide to change your mind and say IT guy and because he is the king of Kasha? IT guy, you are the king of Kasha. We are the king of radio record house.
Ask your question and stop talking. Let me answer the question.
Thank you, sir.
Ask your question. Number one, you need to learn to listen. And listen to that. I know you listen, you are selective. What I told him was the same thing I said on IT Guy. If IT Guy will recall, I said there is need for him to come out and talk. Number one, I told him he should stop talking about and explaining himself if he feels he has explained it. Then if anyone has anything, they will come up with it. But it will be good for him to come on a platform and we have a truth and reconciliation space where people will come with evidences they have and be able to explain it. And if he apologizes and they accept it, good. And if they don't, move on. You don't need to explain to anybody again. So if you listen, you will know that. Or if you are discerning enough to pick between commentaries and advice, then you will know that I am still saying the same thing I've said. I have told IT Guy that he needs to come, and the guy come to his platform and they talk. Any other person that have evidences against him or evidence against him should bring it up and he should explain it. And after that, we don't talk about it. But for every time going about and explaining himself, I don't think that is needed. He should move on. Stop talking every day about
All
you.
right. Sorry, sorry, guys. Let me speak. Let me speak for myself a bit. Let me speak for myself a bit.
I'm not speaking for you. I want to use this
very
opportunity because I'm at work and I'm on the under.
But let me speak for myself at least. Let me speak for myself. Okay. When I invited Lagata to my for us to either co-host or to do the same thing I did for African television at the time, I decided on a program to look for the most talked about guys on justice for Mohbad and see if we can just have a program where we interview them one after the other. And at the time, there wasn't really much on the ground about Lagata, but there was a lot on the ground about African television. At the time as well, I don't even think there's much of an association or fight between Lagata and African television. It's just that I've made some points already about you, Lagata. It would be nice to have a public interview with you. Nobody is involved as I did African television apart from the comment section. And then we do the same thing. Okay, it did not happen. And then development there, K Crown was also doing something similar where it will bring Aries up, it will bring Sam, what's that woman's name that is doing forensic at the town? Some woman, and various other people to come and speak to the public. They requested that I did the same and I turned them down because, for one, I don't want to be dissected publicly. I don't want to say anything publicly. I want to keep my opinion to when you hear me, take it as it is, and I want to remain sort of like independent that way. So I turned it down. Then he approached me again and said that there's going to be a debate. There will be the scientists, there will be the comfy, and then there will be the critical stinkers and all that kind of stuff. And I sent him a response, quite lengthy, if I can find it. But I don't use anything to prove any point if it's not needed. Now, because the Lagata situation was missed opportunity, and last time it was on my platform, it was subject to, if we listen to what he said, then I can have a conversation with him. And then since then, a lot has come out beyond everybody's imagination or expectation. So he's blocked me, and I've also blocked him where I could, and we've moved on as far as I'm concerned. I'm not going to be speaking about him anymore. I will make reference to him because he will make reference to me too. Everybody will make reference to themselves. But I've said my bit, and there is still a lot going on. There is more stuff coming out every day about this same said person. So now we've severed ties. He's blocked me, I've blocked him. I don't have anything else to bring out to the public. Remember, on my platform, I said, is it true what I've heard? I wasn't trying to defame him, but I said, is it true that you may have been involved in this process? People twisted it when they went to other platform and said that I said he wrote a letter to CTC or CAC. It was even the very wicked lady that jumped to my rescue when I was sitting on a platform, and she replayed it to everybody. IT guy did not mention that this guy wrote a letter to CAC. He's just saying exactly what he said. And I said, maybe someone like the very wicked lady who knows how to dig stuff out can dig it out. And I'm sure there's something relating to that was said, at least that phrase, I will do it again, or I will do it, or I'm proud of what I did, or whatever. At least that string was there. So once that one is out, what else do I want to talk to this guy about? Because that's what his misgivings and how disgruntled it was based on that particular phrase, which him and his people manipulated and conjured, and then pushed it out into public that I said he wrote. Do you have people on the ground that may have gone in there, and people are saying it's impossible? In Nigeria, everything is possible. And that was as clear as things can get. So right now, I don't have a reason to sit on any platform and talk to Arifa, Lagata, or anybody that is associated to them. Not K Crown, not Super Vibes TV, not even Paparano. Never say never. When was the last time you saw me on Paparano's platform? But how many times have we engaged outside this platform and my platform? We did on this very platform a few days ago. I will keep it that way. I don't want myself to be stained. People do what they like on their platform, and if I don't like the kind of people you associate with, you won't find me on your platform. Period. So I will not be going to K Crown's platform, and I don't have anything else to speak to Lagata about. Let him hold his peace. I'm no longer shading him. I'm no longer saying anything, but I will talk about him. Yes, if a situation comes up, we talk about Westo, we talk about Westo. If we have to talk about Arifa, we talk about Arifa because of the antecedents up to where we are today and things they've done and things people are now coming public to say they did. How can Street Vibes himself now be trying to exonerate himself in association to either Bossman? This guy is even coming out public against Bossman. Who is Bossman? Where is it that Lagata is operating that Bossman is not? And I've allowed Bossman on my platform and I've engaged with him. After I labeled him Boss Rat and I vented out and I really dissected him and shredded him into pieces. But because I'm a man, if we have to engage and they say, we forget about yesterday. But I'm not taking anything I've said in the past back. And like I said, if I've apologized to you in the past, I take it back too. And that is who I am.
All right. Fair enough, your position. Just like I said on your platform that day, that if anyone has anything to clear, they need to come out to clear it. And for me, I still stand with that. If any opportunity. And that was what I said before, if he can come here. If he can't, go to any other platform. But it's fair enough, you've blocked yourself. Let the conversation continue.
If there is anything I've said, if there's anything I've said about him, and he wants to engage with me, all he needs to do is go to his platform and say it to the world and invite people to come and engage with him. Once he's said it, case is over. He can do it on his platform. I don't have to engage with him anywhere, and that's not going to happen anyway.
Me, I'm not even interested in him engaging or addressing anything. I will move on with my stuff that I'm doing. I'm not ready to listen to anything that is nonsense. I'm not interested, but I will not stop anything exposable. I'm gonna expose it. So you should go ahead and do whatsoever you want to do. I'm not interested in who responding. I think I will stick without such advice at this moment. I don't care if he has said it, he has done it, and I will stick to what he has done in the past. I don't want any truth for him or any lie for him anymore. He should move on. Everybody should move on, but you can't stop me from what I'll be saying on my life. Thank you so much.
Aduke, I have never commented about whatever you are doing. I don't have issues with you. Anyone that follows you will know what you do, analyzing past videos. So it has never changed. So it won't change. And I don't think it should change. But for, issues that are continuously being debated, it's always good. We always talk about it. It will always be spoken about. If he has issue with you, it's between you and him. And if he has issues with any other person, it's between them. Didi Drew has been consistent with her own, other people have been consistent with them. So it's continuing. And just like what I said on his platform, move on. You don't need to explain yourself to people when it is not needed. And if there is need to apologize, go apologize and move on. That is how life is. And just like what the IT guy said, if I talk to you, I engage you, I fight you before. If there is need to engage, we engage. If there is no need to engage, you move on. That is the principle of life. It's always a simple thing. It's never an hard fact. Very, very simple. People just have to move on and do you. And if there is need to clarify anything, do the clarification and move on.
From me to you, a very big thank you to the very wicked lady and aristocrats. Aristocrat meant well. whatever the case may be. It's how we've moderated ourselves over the past times. We've all engaged. And yeah, if aristocrat came up with something, yep, I can feel him. I wasn't there, whoever I may have said on any platform, maybe because we blocked ourselves. I wasn't in tune with that. That's fine. But yes, we need to cut ourselves slacks. Why? Because what aristocrats suggested, there's nothing wrong with it until you hear from the people that are involved. And I've made it my position clear. But I say a very big thank you for both of you. Very wicked lady and aristocrat. Thank you so much. You know me, Sammy Jojo. I don't know who said it. I think I think it was what's this guy's name? I was sitting on the window, and what's our nail guy? He's not a nail guy, but he's now come back. He had a flair with a very wicked lady yesterday. What's this guy's name? He's been before he came back, and he said one thing about the IT guy is that you don't know with him, you don't know whether you are coming or going. He's a guy that is going to apologize to you in the morning, and in the afternoon he takes it back and he start dragging you. and you see, the thing is, some people seek solace, because I always say this, that people with low self-esteem, when you massage their ego and you say sorry to them, it elevates sort of like their person to a point that, the IT guy said sorry to me. But don't take it anywhere, because I'm not even supposed to be saying sorry to you. You need to think, why is the IT guy saying sorry to me? And if you can't figure it out, you are now getting eye on some kind of rock that the chemistry is not right. Because until you find out the reason why I'm apologizing to you, and then you kind of realize that I need to make you feel comfortable before I destroy you. So sometimes we come in peace. That's how they managed to colonize us. That is the downfall of the Benin Empire. Whilst they were still coming on the ocean, they still sent a message to tell you that they are coming in peace. And you can see all their ammunitions coming up towards you, not knowing that your kingdom is about to fall. What is apology? Apology what? Means nothing. Because I can apologize to you today and then realize just a few hours later that, me, I apologize to you. Now you've gone to open your platform. And then based on that apology, you're now trying to figure out why I apologize. You are now destroying me too. So apology on this thing means nothing. Look at Jack. Jack will drag you from now till tomorrow, cause your papa, malign your generation. When Jack finishes, he will apologize. We saw the same thing with Akpakpa. Akpakpa dragged Lagata for almost 5 hours. He said he doesn't want to do justice for Mohbad. He changed his mind. He's going to do justice for Mohbad. I did not see the apology, but hours later, I heard that he apologized to Lagata. How do we do it? How can you drag someone? And very wicked lady said, don't come back to my platform and steal my content, use my content to go and do something, and you cannot be a man about it. Akpakpa, wherever you are, you need to man up. Once you've made up your mind that that's what you want to do, there should not be any comeback. You need to stay steadfast, because are you scared now that Lagata, out of his threat now, that is now going to come to Netherlands or wherever you live now to come and get you deported? Is that why you decided to retract everything you said?
Where the salon vesa,
You understand?
I need to target. Papa, see, I know I apologize to to this guy now because he insult my mom. He called me, apologize to me, I not vex for insulting my mom. And secondly, I need to also let go. I also insult him mom back. So I need to let go. So now make me apologize. I mean, no vex, I insult her mom too. So because he apologized. But for the video, you need to explain more about the video. Because that is about justice for Mohbad. That doesn't stop me not to ask
So
you to drag
what
him
you are
out.
saying is he's apologized to you about your mom, and you've apologized to him about the mom, vice versa. But the saga
Exactly.
continues, right?
Yeah, the saga
The
for the
saga
video, I say I
continues.
will see the video. Yes, now that one na for the video.
Okay,
But we
okay,
insulting
okay.
my
I'm
mom
clear.
because I never insult his mom first. You understand? I also make it
Yeah.
clear. Thank you, sir.
Oh, that's
Good
good. That's
morning,
good.
good,
That's good.
good morning,
Uh,
everyone.
That's
Good
good.
morning, everyone.
Apapa, I know that Apapa always fight back
Sir.
when you insult his mom. He doesn't take it lightly if you insult his mom. I know that about Apapa. The many people he has fought, when you insult his mom, he comes at you like a raving lion. And when you apologize, he will let go on that matter. So it's okay. I align with that one, Apapa.
Sir, thank you
But
very
that
much.
also,
But Papa,
but
you also you told Lagata. Lagata make it clear to me that you said he should not come out again and explain himself to anybody. For that, I not support that because when it come to the death
Yeah.
of Mohbad, Lagata need to explain to everybody because even when Papa Mohbad will do editing, we will see ask Papa Mohbad, and now we see Lagata was once supporter of Wumi. After what making
No,
changes might do to
wait, wait,
Mohbad, he was very close to Baba Mohbad.
wait.
Wait, daddy. In come the game, come close the evidence or what?
Apapa,
He need to
Apapa,
explain to everybody. Sir.
Apapa, you talk now. Make I quickly correct wetin you talk. Listen, oh, listen. Make I quickly correct wetin you talk. What I told him was this. In my own book, if I've done something wrong, I'm going to come out to put things straight. If I haven't done something wrong and I'm being misconstrued, if I have to explain, I only explain once and I move on. Because whether you explain or you don't explain, those who we accept, we accept. Those who not accept, we accept. But in a situation, listen to what I said, though. People have evidence that you need to explain. Let them bring it out. Let them state their grievances about it. Explain yourself. Apologize where you have to apologize. And move on. Stop making it a daily talk. That was what I told him. Move on. So, right there and there, Mercy Idris came up and played an audio right there and there. And I said, this is a typical example of what I'm saying. Mercy Idris is not just talking, she came with an audio. And someone played that audio and said, Lagata, address this. Are you getting my point? So, rather than talking, address issues. And I said, whenever he's on live, if he's on live and anyone has something they want to trash with him, he should listen. And when he listens, if he feels from that person's perspective, he was wrong,
Aristocrat.
he should
Good morning.
apologize and move on.
Hello, good morning,
But if he's not
aristocrats.
doing that, talking over the same thing over and over
Hello,
shows that
aristocrats.
he's guilty of that offense. And
Arist-
I've
yes,
always said
I'm
that.
fine. I'm
Yes.
fine.
Hey, Lenchi, how far
Please,
now?
I know how you dissect things, but in this situation, we've started this thing for a very long time, and I want to set the record straight for you alone, not for anybody else. Aristocrat, please, you need to stop all this thing. Let's be honest. Everybody has gone through all this process, including you. This is not the time for you to be covering people. We need to be honest. People deserve all this little thing. All this little thing creates big enmity within us. This Lagata we're talking about, these people we are talking about, everybody involved, they actually know everything they are doing from the onset. We are not stupid. It is now that things are actually getting hit. That's why people are actually demanding question. This is not the time for us to be saying, oh, come on for Orion Lori. Ori won. Let me tell you something, aristocrat. Please, The dissecting things you're doing is actually misleading people. This is a question, and this is audio. It's glaring. What play any? They are not fighting. It's just like go to the parliament and I have something against you and I ask you a question in parliament. Give me the answer straight away. Why are you doing all these things? Do you know how many truth? People sat down on truth that you and I, everybody, were actually looking for where to actually find information. And the people that actually know the real truth sat down on it for a very long time. If rarely that all these people are not there, even Baba will not make mistake. These people get close to Baba. After dealing with Baba, they left Baba alone in that position. Move to another place. And I'm not upset, and I'm not even doing gaslighting or anything, but the reason why I'm saying all these things is, aristocrat, I want to beg you, you know the truth. You know the truth. I know how you dissect things, and I don't want you to go to all those levels. Let the course in continue about because all this parabolating, we don't even know where we are. Really, this is my question. Aristo, I've known you from TikTok and we've done a lot of things. Remember when all these things started, even including me, you came to my platform and dissect and tell people that, but still people don't believe. But the same person that made all those things trend, when the table now turned, we deserve to know why are you even jumping from one place to another? And you know all these people. Aristocrat, a lot of things to talk about, but not today. But I just want to, I know how you are playing all these things. Emma for Boy Luri, let him come out. It's not me asking questions, but I just have interest of what people are actually demanding for. Even Papa himself, for let me say about 8 months ago, he actually saw it on his screen. Many things that have happened under all these things, under our nose. So why are we just playing? Why are we playing game to ourselves? I don't know why people are two-faced. When it happens to you yourself, aristocrat, I send you some information. I said, look at Kinshen that is causing you. Look at where it's coming from. And you saw it. When people see that things are going straight, they know that, they will now gather themselves. Why? I want you about if you don't know what has actually, this thing has started for a very long time, but underground that actually brought all this thing out. So for you people that do not understand underground, this is the open space that everything that they've been doing underground has exposed. So this is the underground that, please, aristocrat, let us set the record straight. If we truly we are looking for justice, when we are when John Floyd in America, I told you guys, but Boton Andu media that is trying to manipulate, what happened they removed the guy. Nobody called anybody to justice. Nobody do registration. Everybody came the same way I came, you came, everybody came. So, we are for Lori. That means you people are not looking for justice. So, if we demand question, that person needs to sit down and tell us the reason why he went from one place to another to be manipulating people. But in fact, the God that everybody serve, serve juju, serve anything, but the God everybody serve will actually expose everything to the core. But again, what is the gain? The gain is to get the justice that everybody, I want you soon from the beginning, from the onset, I want you soon, I want to lose I want to want the pain, lower, the people that are actually going through pain at the moment, all what they are demanding is justice for them to be relieved.
Lenchi, we are still saying the same thing, and I think IT guy got what I was saying. When you want someone to come and explain something, Yorùbá ní pé ẹ máa ń fi nǹkan kànyàn lójú ni. On IT guy's platform, when IT guy brought that thing up, and I told IT guy that let this guy come out. Let those who have raw evidence present it to him and say, Oga, explain yourself.
How many evidence do you want?
Wait. You said something just now that we need answers, yes or no?
Yes.
You said we need answer. If you need answer, IT guy is here. I told IT guy that day that this one that we are not hearing anything from inquest and court. This is the time for us to create an avenue for us to ti ojú oníka mẹ́sàn-án àbí oníka méjìlá kà. We move, we take this thing and Mercy Idris did that on Lagata platform that day. When I told him that when people come with evidences, you need to explain and explain your part. If they accept, fine. If they don't, fine too. But you must say it. And Mercy Idris played an audio, requested, and that audio was played. When she first mentioned it, Lagata was saying something else. She said, no, what was played on Aduke's platform is different. And someone found it out and played it. That is how you engage people.
Yeah, aristocrat. I believe I want to ask one question. I believe
And if
Aristo. I really understand you well. I know IT guy will understand this is justice. It's different from what
today
people are actually
you are
tagging personal and that. Oh, that is not it. That is not it. Like aristocrat, your network is bad.
here, someone else is.
Oh, Sele, good morning to you. Let me just finish my sentence.
Thank you, boss. Before you move on, thank you. Aristocrat, your network is breaking. Aristocrat,
Let's stop this quick.
Do you know that day I sent request and they
Here.
blocked me
And such things
immediately he saw my request in that platform. He blocked this very wicked lady. And I go there with my another account at the tell him.
is
He
played.
blocked
That
me
is
up.
because
So what are you now saying that you should go if you have why will he
you
block
will
me?
do
He blocked the
proper
man's number.
analysis. Aduke, which day? Which day?
That you are on his platform that same day. He blocked my two accounts that day when I sent
Aduke,
request to come
you
and take
continue to
him.
get some
Why
things
will he
wrong.
block me?
No,
Wow.
Aduke, wait.
Why did he block me?
Aduke,
He now
you
send that
continue to
lady
get
in
Me,
some
I
things
just
wrong.
come
emergency.
the look, say she
Aduke,
aristocrat too.
Aduke,
Don't really
She
wait.
Baba
understand
too na
aristocrat.
You guys, you
Seveni.
continue to get something wrong. Wait.
No, that's not
You
no
guys, you continue to
aristocrat.
get
Nobody's
something
getting no
wrong.
no no aristocrat.
I was expecting
Nobody is getting
aristocrat to
See,
anything
open his
wrong.
platform
wait,
and invite Lagata. I was like, maybe
wait.
Baba Sef na, maybe Baba na ye.
Wait. You guys continue to get something wrong.
Please,
That day on
aristocrat. I'm not a
Lagata,
guy. I'm not a guy.
wait,
I'm not a guy. I'm
no verse,
lengthy. Emi
no
kankan fúnra
verse.
mi, I'm a lengthy.
Wait,
Baba, let me tell you something.
Lengthy,
Ati wa ti pẹ́ o.
Lengthy,
Ati wa ti pẹ́. And I want to tell you, no.
wait.
Wait.
Aristocratic
Lengthy,
mind,
wait. Just
please.
let me say something. Just wait, Lengthy. You see, the talk we are talking about started from IT Gas platform. So you guys need to get things right. Get it right. And what I said on IT Guy platform that day, that Lagata came into the chatting, the comment section, chatting. It did not come up that day. And myself and IT Guy reached a conclusion that day. And what I've said was the same thing I said. That day that I came live and was looking for information, what I'm saying, I went to Lagata. I was then, he just brought me up. He then said, aristocrat, I have an issue against you of what your conclusion on IT guy. And I explained to him. And at the end of my explanation, I said, you either explain yourself and move on, tender apology where is needed. This is a summary now, and let it be. But explaining yourself every time means you are guilty. And if in the process of you explaining yourself or moving on, someone comes up with an evidence that Lagata, I have this issue with you, and they present it with you, dissect it, discuss about it. If you are at fault there, apologize. If you are not, maintain your position. And right there and there, Mercy Idris came with an audio. And I told him, this is the example of what I'm talking about. When people have something they need to trash with you, listen to it and explain yourself. So I want to know from Sele and Aduke and Lenchi where I have gone wrong.
Okay,
Because you guys are coming to me, aristocrat. How have I shielded him?
Aristocrat.
And where have I gone wrong?
No, nobody is saying you did.
That is what you guys are telling me.
Okay, let me tell you something.
That's what you're telling me.
Okay, good. Let me tell you something. Aristocrat. To be honest, you remember one time you said anybody can vent. What in every situation in this justice for Mohbad. That is what you said. Remember, when I wrote you a text, a message, or maybe on live, that look at what this person is doing. You said you can vent, no matter what. You had it that day, but at the end of the day, when you yourself now saw it, that's the reason why I said when the table turns, this is not the time for you to now sit down and say, be dissecting things. Okay, you have to do. No. See, there's something that you can, if you are man enough, say yes. I've done it.
Lenchi Baba, give me a few moments. Let me jump in now.
Question for Aristocrat.
No. Before you go. So now we know aristocrat for being ever so broad. And when aristocrat is actually giving a submission, it starts from the inception. It takes everything. It will enlighten you first before it makes its submission. Now, because when aristocrat makes his submission, it's always very thorough and broad. You guys, Lenchi especially, Asele, don't fall for snippets. What people do is they just snippet what they need, which is what we saw on my platform when the critical stinkers, Pok Yok, that pig, decided to just snippet something and went to use it against Latisne. It's the same aristocrat that had to come out in the open to kind of sort of like instill clarity in the process. And that is what we've been doing. They were just cut just tiny little bit. You saw that in Lagata's thing when he pushed out to say, I begged him. I think I begged him. He only cropped the bit that he wanted to use. And then I exposed him by actually saying, this is a full conversation. And we need to be very, very careful. Aristocrat has the right to speak his mind. We sit on windows. If we have a need to go to a platform to assist them in a process, we do. And I really do not want anyone to start asserting that aristocrat is playing double agent. Don't allow the people that want to defend your own person. Hold on, let me finish.
IT guy, please, before you finish your statement.
Yes.
Nobody have anything against aristocrat. It's not when
Baba is slack.
Yeah, it's not when things are going bad.
But people can say things based on how they feel at a particular time.
But
we shouldn't twist it. We shouldn't twist it.
Your whole opinion.
Some people, let me tell you.
No. It's not my own opinion. I'm expressing myself now.
Okay, now.
I am not. What I'm saying is, in the heat of the moment, someone's submission may be how it feels at that time. Why do you then turn it around and use it against him today?
I don't understand. This is what I'm trying to say. Aristocrats, I'm not blaming you for anything, but what I'm trying to suggest is when the heat is, you don't need all these things. Let it come and go. Like I said, when you throw something on internet, it only takes 2 days. So people will understand. If you come in the middle of, okay, this, at the end of the day, Baba, I'm not going to lie to you. People will not understand still. But what I'm trying to say, this justice for Mohbad They are not even talking about it. I knew from the onset that distraction will come. And it came exactly that May last year. So the moment it came, people don't understand. They started following some group, underground, those kind of thing. When this thing are exposed, okay, what will you call all these things? Aristocrat, what will you call all these things that have been happening? You also struggle by even trying to explain to people last year. But at the end of the day, we saw the light. And we saw, well, come on. So you knew the truth. You're sitting down on the truth. So how many people do you want to blame? But at the end of the day, do you know all the time has wind off? Those people, they hide now. They are not even coming out to say, oh, Loto, yeah, I spoke to this person. I might see all those kind of things. If very dark man can come on public with that guy, but he only did what he can do. Like, he didn't protect the guy. But at the end of the day, the people fighting for justice actually, get involved with this person. So what are we still looking for? Is it not, okay, how did Mohbad mine? Is that not where we're heading to? Kilo pa Mohbad. Then, my sis supposed to say, okay, Mohbad, at the end of the attack the guy. Do you know how many threats they've sent to people? If they can send police, not immigration, if they can send police to Dididu house, send police to my own place. How many people that have been complaining on TikTok? Baba, this is not the time. Some people have bad experience in this justice for Mohbad. And some people will just come out and say, oh, Koyekori bear now. See, you don't know what is paining some people. If this person can come online and say, think about timbo. If you can say, oh, I'm not even hyping anything. If your daddy can go through what he went through, Olaide and co, like that, in this justice, kill if again. And what saw the secret court? And what saw you people don't understand. I just want to urge people. It's not that because people are getting upset. Not even me. Because in what they are throwing to people, the shit they're throwing to people. Do you know how many COS people that when we started this justice for Mohbad, a lot of COS people joined. We have a lot of crowd because they threaten all of them and they know that COS they ran away. Do you know how many people that actually come Baba mi COS because some people fell into that category. That is why you saw some people stepping back. And I'm not blaming them. It's because being Nigeria, the way Nigerian people think, their mentality, they use other things to attack people. But what I want to say, my submission, Baba, if you want to say anything, aristocrat, you supposed to be telling that person, okay, if they can send petition to some people houses, are they not doing the meeting? I want to do meeting here. They know how they are doing it. So, Baba, you need to actually, it's not very fair talk. So please, I'm not standing for anybody. I'm only standing for those people that actually, accidentally, they join just for Mohbad, and some people that use their own madness to affect some people. I want to lose Nshenko. Why are we not talking about those people? See, I have feelings, so I have conscience. I know. So, okay, how can you cop somebody on a life? Oh, they hello. Is that not a threat? No, that is actually in your life. Come, I want your way. Do you think I'm going to come out? Marriage now.
Calling the name of Umaisi, the lady that released the only audio of Mohbad, first evidence in this case, he silenced them and he boasted about it.
Yes, now
I no go fit forgive you until they do DNA, brother.
If very dark man can come online and bring my C out, need the justice. This guy, that very dark man, wise. Be public for people to. It's online. Type my C and very dark man. So you are looking for justice. I want my C lifestyle. Kilo is lifestyle. Is in Liverpool. I'm sure Liverpool the one. On kawe jeje. Gbogbo àwọn tó wà nule nìyẹn. And we are
àwọn men tó gbé lifestyle jáde kókó wá parọ́ fún gbogbo àgbáyé. Ẹ wojú lifestyle, ẹ wojú wọn. Ẹ wo àwọn àbúrò tó lóhun ti mọ̀ 2 years.
Sẹlẹ̀ máa ti sọ gbogbo bẹ̀ yẹn, a sì ń bọ̀ lórí lifestyle. Àwọn tó ń rán, àwọn tó gbogbo irọ́ tó lọ pa níbẹ̀ yẹn. So, Baba, The reason why people are struggling to get the truth is because àwọn tó ti mọra wọn ládùúgbò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́, àwọn ìsọ̀lọ̀, àwọn onísọnù, àwọn ọmọ Agége, gbogbo wọn, so gbogbo wọn pátá la mọ̀. From Agége they moved to Lekki. Gbogbo wọn, conjunction to everything that has happened with Mohbad. To get the truth, nǹkan tó pa Mohbad kò jìnnà. So Tony, Maisi knew everything. Ayan, when Ayan came out, only if you come for me, I will butcher you and I will kill you. He said it, he boasted about it. Talon found people in any liver. If they've not sent some people to justice to come and be destroying the so why I don't understand. Why are we here from morning to night and you people saw the light? And one for all Bolodi. Aristocrat, I would just say be careful. Or I will not say more than that. You knew.
To get best friend the Mohbad to release the voice note to jáde ńgbà yẹn láàrin Mohbad in the end. There is one statement that you made that caught my attention. Mo gbọ́ sọ ni mo gbọ́, ṣe understand? Ṣé rí tí mo tẹ́ sọ kan nípa ti Maisi àti WhatsApp àti Wunmi, you understand? I had a show yesterday, and this was the things that I had a show about Maisi's fake and àkóbá tó fẹ́ wá ṣe tó dẹ̀ fi ń ṣe rà tẹ́ pé òun ló máa fi jẹ́ kí àṣírí true in so many things, because a lot of people, I'm closer a bit mo láwọn àbúrò tó jẹ́ pé ọmọ wọn ní ìmọ̀ ọ̀gọ́ tó.
I'm sure, Sherry, I will be honest with you guys. Ashiri Wolofe too. This guy has been with Team Wunmi from the onset before all of them came to justice. We are no more than 4. That time we are floating, we are enjoying, and the police got into. They have interest in everything. We giving idea, we brainstorming. You, Aristocrat, you are there. We brainstorm, and some YouTubers.
Let me call it. Please let me come in this.
Can I finish? Can I call? I know you want to dissect.
No.
I know you want to
dissect anything. I'm not dissecting anything.
Okay.
Like I said, if you know me by now, I am not into all these things you are playing. I think this was a similar audio Mercy Idris brought Olagata. And she said she needed explanation to that. Now, you see, you guys, you take things.
Aristocrat, don't address me as you guys, please. I'm Lenchi.
Everybody, listen. Everybody take things in a way that if someone's view about an issue does not align with the way you feel it should be handled, the person is against it. No. From everything I've said, all I've said was very, very simple.
Aristocrat.
Let me finish.
Talking about views.
I have the conversation. Should I go and pull it out?
Wait,
I'm talking about. Don't play any conversation for me, guys.
Okay, no, there's no any conversation. Baba, please.
I don't need conversation.
No. Do you mean Lagata's view in this audio or your own view of this matter? Baba, clarify you.
I'm talking of my view.
Please
Guys,
allow Aristocrat to continue, please.
Listen very well. You might be pained with whatever he has done to you. And you have the right to. But don't gag me when I give my opinion. Don't. That is why I'm saying, be careful with this.
No. When you are
listen, Lenchi.
When you are
Lenchi. You've spoken.
I will be honest with you.
Let me just say my piece. Okay. Let me say my piece. Now, what I said on IT Guys platform is the same thing I said on Lagata platform. And it's a very simple thing. Lagata, people have a lot they have grievances about. If they come up, if you see where you have wrong, apologize. And when you apologize, if it is accepted, good. If it is not, move on. And I said on IT Guy that day that this period is a period of truth and reconciliation. What have I said to cover anyone? And I also said, when people come with their evidences, you as a person that they are accusing or a public person, you have the responsibility to address it. The same thing I said. So when commentary is coming, I am covering up. How have I covered him up? Except you want me to go onslaught and fight. I am never going to do that.
No,
Give me
nobody,
1 minute.
nobody is asking you to
Give me 1
fight
minute.
anybody.
That is how you are talking.
No,
That is
no,
how
no,
you are
no, no,
talking.
no,
You're talking.
aristocrats, take me out.
I am saying
Aristocrats,
things the way I perceived it.
aristocrat. That's why I said.
And
that's why I said your
I am saying
statement.
things the way
No.
I perceived it.
Okay, if you are
I am
perceiving
saying
it,
things the way I perceived it.
wait. If you are
Now, just let me end my statement.
No, let me just
end
finish.
my statement.
Don't address
Let
me
me
like guy.
end
Hold
my
on.
This is the same way.
statement now.
Don't
Baba
address
Wale
me
Shonika
me
like
end
guys.
my
Don't
statement.
pack me.
Let me say
Aristocrat.
something very quickly.
Don't
Hold on,
pack
guys. Let me
me.
say. Hold
Sounding
on,
like
hold
an
on.
attack
Everybody
right
is
now.
Hold
nice.
on, Lenchi.
Address
Hold on,
me
This
Lenchi.
is
straight.
sounding
Hold
like
on,
an
Don't stop
Lenchi.
attack.
cutting
Lenchi.
Please
corners.
stop.
Lenchi.
Address me straight.
Lenchi.
Don't
Farabale.
address
It's
me
time
as
for
a guy.
decorum.
Address me as
Hold on
Lenchi.
now. Anika Eja. Eja. Listen to this.
Attacking each other. Please
None of
stop.
us, none of us have the right to advise people on the way they carry themselves. Yeah, if aristocrat is going to conduct himself the way he knows best, it is not up to any of us to be advising him. Thank you.
Thank you, IT guy. Nobody is actually, like he normally said. He said you can vent, you can do anything. It's up to you.
Can you please leave aristocrat alone? Let him give
No.
his
I'm just like,
opinion.
Lenchi, you just said I should be careful.
no, yeah.
You
What I'm
said I should
saying,
be careful
no,
now.
because the way. Let me tell you,
No, before you came up, Lenchi, before you came up,
what you
Aduke
said.
have come for me and
Don't
say,
pack me,
aristocrat, why are you supporting?
aristocrat. Don't pack me like a guy. Address me as Lenchi. You guys here, me, I don't like it.
All right, no wala. I take that advisement. Before you came up, Aduke have said, aristocrat, why Tevin Shele, why? One person. While you are talking, Lagata is saying, this is it. So all I need to use is to use a compound. Now, what am I trying to say? If all of you, and you say you know aristocrat, if I want to come for someone, I come with evidences that I have in person, and I quote it. And what I said on IT Guy was simple. I said, those who have issues to grind with this guy, come with your evidence so that when he's talking, you give it to him. And I also told the guy, if people come on to you and heard their grievances on where they felt you have hurt them, the onus lies on you to take the learnings, apologize where you know you should apologize, explain where you should, and move on.
We
I
understand.
think one of the biggest problem is this. Why some people understand the full composition of expression in windows and languages. Some don't. Some have selective thing and pick the one because they are hot. I don't roll like that. I give you a general broad and I tell you what I think you should do. And it is just my opinion. And you don't have to take it. And I was telling Lagata on his platform that if it is me, when I have explained to people, and I know I've said it through my heart, I move on. But if you think you owe people apologize to them. Have I done anything wrong? Have I tried to cover anyone? So everybody that is just coming for me because I said this guy should stop explaining and face the root when people come with evidence. And right there on his platform, Mercy Idris came with an audio and I said, this is an example of the evidence I'm talking about. Address this. Not general addressing.
Sir.
Different people.
You are repeating what you said again. John,
because people have different grievances.
statement and you are right.
Lenchi, people have
Láti
different
ẹni sùúrù ẹjọ́
grievances.
lẹ́tí ẹjọ́
So it
náà
should be
ẹ̀jẹ̀ ní sùúrù.
addressed as issues. But because I said that, I am now trying to cover anyone. I am not going to change how I express because of anybody. I said this generally. Let everybody pick what is important to them. Just pick what is important and let it be. Right?
Aristocrat, you have said well. You said it well, and that is good. You did well. But my question to you is: you told Lagata if anybody has evidence, let them play it and you address it. But when I send requests when you are there, he blocked me, and he knows I have the evidence. Any sure Aristocrat because we start money. He knows I have
was
the
that
evidence.
My fault that you were blocked?
Okay,
Or was the one that blocked you?
Wait,
Was I the one that blocked you?
John now. Why?
Was I the one that blocked you?
Any sùúrù,
Was I the one that
you are not the one, but me, I am telling you right now that is what he did. Any sùúrù.
But Mercy Idris brought an evidence now.
Any sùúrù. The Mercy Idris evidence is different from mine. I have another one that I wanted to come and ask him. Okay, why blocking me? When he knows I want to come and ask him a question. I am reporting that to you right now. Aristocrat. Based on your...
Okay.
It's not.
But let me talk. I'm hiding. They just now.
Okay. It's not.
Please, Mama. Do you want me to answer your question?
Please, chill. I'm not stupid. You people should not say to give. Is it because like that you are a mad person? That is why you people are saying this and as if I am mad. Okay, I am now a mad person.
It's not Aristocrat's fault that you were blocked. And yesterday I said to everyone, you guys, why is it not going to come out? He's not going to come out and explain anything. Okay, you guys want him to come out and explain things, right? It only takes a mature person who knows and acknowledge what they've done wrong to come out and explain things. He doesn't care. He's not there. He's not going to come out and explain anything because in his mind, he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. You don't know if that's what he set out to do from the beginning. Don't expect him to come out and say sorry. He doesn't care. That's what he wanted to do. And I'm saying it's not Aristocrat's fault that you were blocked. I understand everything Aristocrat just said. If that's how it played out, I understand it. Why are people having problems understanding it?
Well, I think the only thing is just to continue to play it until the host of heaven hear it, because I think that's the only key to my own heaven. You understand? If they do DNA today, open, transparent, and accountable that anybody can call, Brekete will confirm that DNA. Then I will apologize in 700 or 7,000 TV stations that I have offended like that. But if his DNA is not done, I believe he is still the one that is not letting, or is the one that planned with Team Wumi to make sure that DNA never gets done. You understand? Yeah. You can, if you have pushed my scene, me I no go fit go inside though. You understand? Normally, this is my own life. I introvert. Inside this my shell. Inside this my shell. You go regret say you be cultist. I swear, because you don't use that cultist. Even now, you and your people where you don't give my name, where don't go search my name with BVN, with things. I want to play a voice note so that I can know what this person did. Because before it was not even a personal vendetta. But if this is your own brother that struggled to enter another country, they do well for that country, and somebody is saying this shit.
Counter petition wọn fúnra láti sọ pé bóyá máa parọ́ fáwọn ọlọ́pàá ẹni pé the guy is not in South Africa. Ó ti padà sí Nàìjíríà. Now to do that ṣẹlẹ̀ ní láti hold meeting pẹ̀lú àwọn King White and co. Reason yẹn tí ṣẹlẹ̀ fi hold meeting pẹ̀lú àwọn King White.
Was there any meeting between myself and King White? Never. No. The meeting that they had with King White then was between Binti and Ayat and them. They sent me a voice note of whatsoever they said because I just woke up. But see the way Lagata and Arifa are conspiring together to use the Nigerian police to intimidate me after you used the South African police. I know they joke with any of this matter again.
That whose voice is this?
A day. Can you want to publish paper lánàá?
Whose voice is this?
Wípé àyà àti rán àwọn èèyàn lọ àtàkì Wùmí.
Yeah?
Is this? Whose voice?
This is Arifa and Lagata. Lagata is the recorder. Is the recorder. So he's quiet.
All right.
This was after Arifa was arrested.
Wait.
This was before he was arrested, when I was asking them for accountability.
Wait, Sele. You see, This is how we bring things out. Number one, you want to play an audio. Please, for us that were not there, tell us the time, the voice, and the people in question so that we will follow you. And this is how things come out. So that when we talk with facts. You get what I mean? So just tell us the voice. I don't need to ask you. Just say, this voice note for this person, this is what they want to do. Listen to it. We will follow you. And that is how evidences are presented. You get what I mean?
Baba, the reason why I did not say anything was because I wanted the voice to define itself. All these people, when they were doing these things, they were putting time to their words. You understand? So you would have, if you have listened to maybe like, it's a 7 minutes, another 4 minutes, 59 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
If you had listened to it,
go ahead.
You will have like get the timing.
What is the timing? When was this one?
The timing. Okay, this was when Baba went to Brekete. And we all agreed that anybody that have anything
April,
last year, January, February, before Arifa really pushed himself to go to N1.
Last year, January, February. Oh yeah, go ahead.
January, yes.
Giving a timeline to it.
Because the information yẹn, àwọn ò tí publish. Àwọn tí posted. Àwọn wá hold meeting lénìí. Báyìí ní sí nígbà tó ń hold meeting, tán sọ̀rọ̀ lọ sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀. Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ti kọ̀ǹkọ̀ láti má drag Wùmí mọ́. Now, àwọn ní kí àwọn náà máa gbìyànjú láti stop gbogbo move yẹn. But there is still something tó máa publish o. Whichever way tó bá bọ́ síta, àwọn ò ní choice, àwọn ò lè stop ẹ̀ mọ́.
Láti fi disclaim kíní yẹn.
This information, I am still uncertain of where did Arifa hear things from King White, and based on what he's saying, because it's a lie, I never had a meeting with King White, but they all assumed at that time, the way they were using the whole public to say Sele is working for Wumi, Sele is Team Wumi, Sele is working for Oba, because I was asking them for how much enter and how much did you spend, how much did the public contribute and how much did they spend. They changed my name to Team Wumi. So this is their conspiracy. For those that are not understanding this.
Àwọn tí ẹ ti kọ́kọ́ publish náà ti àyè àti yẹn pé àwọn ti send nǹkan míì síta o. Àwọn ò lè stop ẹ̀ mọ́. Kò tí kinní yẹn bá ti jáde, àwọn ò ní jẹ́ kí kinní yẹn rinlẹ̀. Àwọn ò ní emphasize lé lórí rárá, àwọn ò ní.
Now, everything Arifa is saying here is like he's reporting the actions of King White. Because King White is the only one that was the defender, is the head of the defender of Wumi. So he's talking about Wumi, the time Wumi wanted to use newspaper to say that Ayat and myself maxed up to come to our house just because of the way we were pressing her on the social media. Came to our house with mask to come and attack her, that she saw two masked men.
Oh, that is when the Shara
yes,
reporter.
Exactly.
Shara reporter. Yeah. Now I'm getting it now. Honestly, I don't know all this one, but understand.
So
Go
in
ahead,
the
please. I want to
corners,
listen more.
Arifa was reporting the film based on whatsoever he wants to conspire with Lagata. So let's listen to it.
So that kò ní rinlẹ̀. Reason yẹn tó ń fi emphasize lórí fact pé àyà ti rán àwọn èèyàn lọ bá wù mí. If you notice their platform, they didn't really treat it.
Push it, then.
Báyìí nísìn, tó máa ń lórí ọ̀rọ̀ mu.
At this time, Team Wunmi wanted to declare Hayat wanted because they claim that he caused Liam and he personally is attacking Wunmi physically, like physically.
Everything possible to stop us. Wípé àwọn tá wà ní TikTok ká má sọ̀rọ̀ justice fún Mohbad mọ́.
Kò possible.
Ká ṣí tètè máa ṣe. Báyìí nísìn, Sele is doing everything possible to stop us. Wípé àwọn tá wà ní TikTok ká má sọ̀rọ̀ justice fún Mohbad mọ́.
Kò possible.
Ká ṣí lẹ̀ fún break.
Can you hear this? At that time, every one of us, I remember after playing the voice of Abuebe and Hayat at that time, everybody was insulting me because I was the one that brought that voice recording out. They were insulting me to say, no, give it to Westo, take it to Brekete. Andy said I should take it to Brekete. Me, I no go give you Arabo at that time because they were leaking the acts of Westo and whosoever was at the head at that time. And I played it on my platform. And now, at that time, we said that anybody that have any evidence that is useful to justice for Mohbad, based on the fact that Brekete took over the case, take the evidence to Brekete. So Arifa is telling Lagata here that Sele is trying by all means to stop them, those that are using TikTok to steal money from people, to scam people, to talk about justice and leave it for Brekete. So Arifa is reporting to Lagata, who is actually a Brekete Gaza at that time.
Impossible.
Kí Brekete máa ṣe. That is right. He said, let me go back. Sí ọ̀rọ̀ tán ti fi bí over 11 hours yanjú.
Also for good 4 days.
The talk of three days or 11 hours was that how much did the public contribute for Prime Boy's mom? How much is the money that came that is left? How much did you bail them? Because we knew Naira Marley. We were hearing rumors that Naira Marley already bailed these guys. The same day Naira Marley and Sam Larry were doing their hearing, Prime Boy, Nurse, and Spending were also doing their own bail hearing. But they came to the public to defraud the public. And for my own report, for my own documentation, I said how much came in and how much did you spend? How much is the balance? Which is the reason why I dragged Westo, Arifa, Prime Boy. And at that time, they were lying to the whole public that even Westo, Prime Boy was rearrested. And they started collecting money for tax of Prime Boy's siblings. And whereas the Lagos State Police never asked these thieves for that, but they brought it to the public, and the public paid and learned the hard way.
Five days. We're going to drag you. We're going to drag everybody. We're going to drag everybody. Kí ló wá ṣe mo àwọn pé ṣe.
Platform ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ pé Lagata ó lè ṣé Lagata náà ti gbowó lọ́wọ́ Prime Boy.
Àná sọ pé mi ni mo fẹ́ pa Westo.
N tí mo fẹ́ kó tákù gangan nìyẹn Lagata.
Can you hear this narrative? I have never in my life put my mouth in Lagata and Westo's issue. I have never. I had my own issues with Westo because he was a thief. He's a thief. I continue to see him in his actions. But look at what Lagata is saying here. Lies that I am the one that is saying that he wants to buy in Westo. Not every other of his people or his gangs, not them Damba, not them other people that we are settling them.
ó ní mo fẹ́ pa Westo ọ̀rọ̀ Westo bá ti parí oníkálukú ti wá.
kọ́ńtì tẹ̀yìn wà yẹn dáa ju Nàìjíríà lọ.
in South Africa.
The country where you dey.
Yeah, of course.
As at this time, according to Damba, Lagata already sent Damba to be stalking me. Damba sent me 2 of my plates of my pictures that I was just so loose, where they were stalking me in the Republic of South Africa 2024. Damba is still alive. And I didn't know. Maybe if he had a gun, he would have shot me at that time.
When was this one? Can you give us the specific
This
date?
is January, February 2024.
January last year, right?
Last year, when Baba was at Brekete.
Okay, I want to ask you one question
right.
now. I want to ask you one question
Yes.
now. Do you actually confirm with Damba? Because Damba you mentioned, Damba is my brother.
Yes.
So
yes.
Damba,
He showed me my car. He showed me my car. My brother, he sent me picture of my car. No worry. You understand? He even mentioned it online that he saw me at Jamestown. Jamestown is a route that I used to pass every time. Anytime I want to see my in-laws, Jamestown is a route that I used to pass every time because that is where the toll gate is. And it's so painful.
Sele, let me ask you another question. Have you ever addressed this issue face to face?
I've never told anybody because I don't have any interest in it. That's not justice to me.
Why do you leave it so late? If somebody is talking you should understand the meaning.
Well, at that time, even at this time, I still believe that my God that is protecting me, that is making these people to be confessing this thing, because I did not know those things at that time. Something could have happened to me. The God that is protecting me then will continue to protect me now, and I watch my ways.
Okay, Sele, let's thank God for everything, that nothing stupid happened. You know, sometimes people get upset and do the wrong thing. So let's leave it this way. We'll continue from that, because we actually those days it's underground that actually caused all this nonsense underground, and people are leaking asses, and they still continue leaking asses. But I don't give any dooms. All what I'm trying to say is, whosoever that this justice for Mohbad has affected, if you don't come out, good luck to you. Am I wrong? Continue leaking asses.
Lenchi, let me play these things so that the whole world can actually hear it. Because if it is half, those that are recording now to play for them, they will cut it and they will not be able to explain.
Play.
Of course. So before you play, please. Thank you for what Lenchi have just said. And this is my point. Lenchi, Sele is coming with an evidence. Are you getting my point now? Let him play his evidence.
Correct.
Let someone defend it. It is not about saying you can't defend. But when someone comes with an evidence and alleges you, let Lagata or whoever let them come and defend it.
Aristocrat.
And that is a good one.
Aristocrat.
Yeah,
aristocrat. Let me tell you, I will want him to play everything, but it's going to affect a lot of people. Reason why I'm saying this, because he actually, my own section is actually there. Yes, my own section is. I have similar audio that all these things, they concord together to destroy people. I have my own side. But that is not what I'm trying to say. Sele, you are actually right too. I know you've carried this pain for a very long time. It's not easy for you to see evidence, and you are every day when you play it. So For those people that just joined TikTok,
let
you
me
people
ask
don't
you,
understand.
let me ask you something. When you dey hear rumor,
Yeah,
say select the Lagos at a point, before that rumor, did I
yeah,
not tell you, say, Baba, oh, keep this in your
yeah,
hand, oh, I did this, I don't this so place, oh. You say where I did, I say I won't tell
yeah.
you where specific, because I know that we are the bottle ground. You understand? And when everything
Exactly.
too go again, when I tell you now, say, give me 3 months. You understand? Let me accomplish why I'm there.
Yeah,
You understand? And see the way everything just come. 3 months after January, I start seeing bullying. A gang led by Lagata. People supporting him. Coming after me left and right. And you are telling me that they don't know I have their
wow.
secrets. I will expose it now. Expose my own too. Where they talk say DNA must
No,
not be done. Or Kinikon. Expose it.
this is the time. This
Let
is
me
the
play
time
it.
Please
that
continue
people
to
they
Let
need
play.
to
me
know the real people.
Please let me play this
Play
one.
it,
Make
please.
people
Play
hear
it. I want to.
Arifa.
I want to listen. I
Because
want to
some people will see me on
listen. Don't
sometimes
go any go
just
play. Oh. Don't go
quiet.
any go play. Oh.
There is no friend on this TikTok. Everybody na double agent, including myself. My own double agent na to expose evil people.
Of course.
He did okay past Niger times 1 million times.
Then.
See one by Sherun come by in the country, you feel sue the person, you feel attack, you feel arrest.
I will.
But for Nigeria here, there is one thing where you get one thing where me I dey try avoid. It is there. Make you no be like say them Ayat and Co. The one attack Westo.
Oh, so pay me musician.
That's why I don't go publish pay like that. So far, I'm going to power Westo.
Oh, the judge, oh, what's okay? I was to be a while.
I have never put my mouth in the matters of these people because I know they put mouth for matter of people where I don't know, especially before justice. Never.
Sorry, John.
You don't embrace Ayat.
Don't embrace Ayat. You were so embrace, yeah. Then
Ayat is on point.
Westo embrace Sele o. Sele and Ayat is different because I know people make that mistake. I'm not Ayat. I have not seen Ayat in the last 7 years. Please.
Solo the platform where Tinu ẹ fi ń dùn. Kò tí ì mọ nǹkan tí Ayat fẹ́ wá sọ o.
Àwọn plant Ayat nínú ọ̀dọ̀ ọbẹ̀ plant ẹ̀ sọ́dọ̀ Western.
Ayat wọ́n plant Ayat ṣe Western ni. Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ló ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn.
Can you hear? Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ló ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn because Sẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn ló ṣàfẹ́ kó go down. Sẹ̀lẹ̀ no let them defraud the public. Sẹ̀lẹ̀ na their problem. Sẹ̀lẹ̀ yẹn náà ló rán wọn lọ sẹ́wọ̀n.
Ayat was saying lọ́dọ̀ kan fi lálẹ́ àná wípé àbúrò òun ni Sẹ̀lẹ̀ jẹ́. So if Ayat can call Sẹ̀lẹ̀ àbúrò ẹ̀, èmi á pe Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ní ọmọ.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o. Apparently Sẹ̀lẹ̀ is 36 years old.
How did you know?
Imagine.
That's what I was saying.
Lenchi, you were told by who? By my parents? By my birth?
No,
this is the essence of cultism in this world.
Don't get overwhelmed with this.
That doesn't
matter. The same
you know people say,
people can guess your age. So, what is about for me now? I'm Igbo non Lenti. How do you know I'm from Agbo? How do you know that I'm from the Edo State? How do you know from Delta State? How did you know? So you are doing this certain people.
2 years different. People know me. 42 years old. Ní every 14.
Imagine.
Mi ò ṣe ẹgbẹ́ kankan ní gbogbo wọn. And in achievement, the only thing tó lè sọ pé òun fi jù mí lọ pé cultist lòun ṣó mọ tèmi jẹ́. Nítorí páwa ò bọ́ síta pariwo. Ọmọ rere wo ló fẹ́? Ọmọ wo ló máa gba pólì Ìbàdàn kọjá tí ò ní fara kó nǹkan kan?
Ṣé ti gbọ́ Arifa?
So gbogbo yẹn tó kàn kọ́ ní owó láyé ń wá ayé ò wájà.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni o. Torí ogo rọ́tọ̀ ti ń pa.
Tí ó sì kọ́ bá wá wà tó máa bọ́ọ̀dà tó máa ń lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad òun ò tí ì ká ṣàtú lákàntó òun rí. Kó bọ́ọ̀dà kó wá bá mi fà. ọ̀rọ̀ prime owó kò tí ẹ̀ bá mi kò ní mí lè tì mí ọ̀rọ̀ táyà ti sọ lọ́dọ̀ kan fi yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tóbi o.
sá.
bí èpè bàbá Mohbad ti bá ń sọ tó bá ṣépè mo ní àwọn tó wà fún wọn wọ́n dẹ̀ mọ́ra wọn àbí.
bẹ́ẹ̀ni
go ahead.
bẹ́ẹ̀.
ọ̀rọ̀ ó ló sọ.
Lagata, you need to debunk that word o kó o dẹ̀ fi Westo kọ́ òun àti Sẹ̀lẹ̀ lọ́rùn pé nǹkan kan ò gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe Westo Hayat àti Sẹ̀lẹ̀ ni o.
èmi mọ̀ pé ohun àrùbá àtúnṣe mo sọ fún ẹ̀ náà pé ìgbà tí mò ń bínú sí Westo tí bá ń mu mo lè nà pa mo lè ṣe anything fún.
ìgbà yẹn you and Westo don settle.
o ti understand.
your program like 3 times.
a ti settle na o ti fún gift o náà fún mi gift.
me and Westo dey your program dájọ́.
mo lè lù ú pa. I have never said in this Justice for Mohbad like I can beat somebody to death. Lagata just said that when he was fighting Westo, he could beat him to death. I never said something like that to even a fish in this movement.
tí mo play tuẹ and bí inú omi dẹ̀ ṣe rí ni àlùfáà inú ìgbà tó pè mí gan mo sọ fún ẹjọ́ yẹn pé.
don't go be that now I can see.
mi sọ fún ẹ.
this way they dey drag Westo for Yeye Kudi. Person call me say Lagata dey Yeye Kudi say but he never talk make I go hear wetin he wan talk. When you wan talk I remember say na peace you dey preach.
Kọ́mọ̀ yẹn kó distract kìíní wa ó jẹ́ ọmọ funnest ní Garifa sórí owó tó send sí spending yẹ àṣírí ibẹ̀ tí fẹ́ sọ fún ẹ lẹ́yìn ohun oye fẹ́.
nǹkankan wọn kì í digest wọn ti believe.
Let's keep that àṣírí for another time.
Why should we keep the àṣírí? Why? It's part of
Baba,
the allegation.
Baba, listen to this one. Me, I want to create some personal vendetta that he got against me, that I have evidence. That is what I want to play. Him and Narifa. Right. You understand? Right. Nigerian police and the South African police.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That's why I came that faithful night here, Drew. Ọmọkùnrin tó ti ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí mo ti ní wà lọ bá ti pẹ́. Let me go and talk to this man and know how far. Padà lóòótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀.
Ọlọ́run Àrífà. Ògbó tíyàwó ẹ̀ gan sọ. Àwọn èèyàn tó sọ pọ̀ gan l'Amẹ́ríkà náà tó ń pè mí pé ẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ fún nọ́mbà yín.
Ọlọ́run, if you did not talk to Lagata this night, I will never have any change of mind towards Lagata. Now let me now ask you, ṣé àmọye èèyàn tí wọ́n ti gbọ́rù nǹkan báyìí káwọn ò dẹ̀ l'opportunity àti béèrè.
Àti béèrè tó ń sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Wọ́n máa gbé sínú bẹ́ẹ̀.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ ni.
Nǹkan yẹn is like that.
Àrífà Ọlọ́run. Àwọn kan yìí pè mí jẹta tó ń sọ pé kí n jọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Westo yìí pé àwọn fẹ́ clear ara wọn pé kí n má bínú fáwọn tí hate mi láì jẹ́ pé àwọn bá mi sọ̀rọ̀ pé kò dẹ̀ da nígbà táwọn wá rí òótọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ náà pé àwọn láti wá bẹ̀bẹ̀ pé ọkàn conscience àwọn ò jẹ́ àdèmí tẹ̀bí sọ́ngbà yẹn Àrífà pé gbogbo àwọn tó tẹ̀lé Westo lórí nǹkan tó sọ fún wọn tó believe ẹ̀ mi ò ní problem pẹ̀lú wọn òun ló fa ìbínú tí mo ní sí Westo pé gbogbo àwọn tó lọ sórójọ́ mi láì dá fún èyí tí máa fi bínú sáwọn mi ò ní bínú sí wọn ìwọ ni máa fi bínú yẹn lé ní orí àyìnbó tó fà á nìyẹn and I meant it pé tí bá mú Westo gbà yẹn tí bá mú lóòótọ́ mo lè làgò mọ́ lórí àbí kí n ṣe anything fún because I felt so.
Can you hear? He said it that he is the one that said it then that if he catch Westo he can break bottle on his head. Did you hear anything of that such hooligans or cultism behavior in Select's behavior?
Mo tọ̀nà Westo I have the tí bá ṣe live fún ẹ pé mo bínú pé mo ṣe live tí mo gbógbó àwọn voice note jáde ó mọ̀ it's not gonna look good pátápátá yìí náà ọkọ̀ máa sọ pé Lagata òun náà bàbá ti ṣe nǹkan bẹ́ẹ̀ náà pé gíní gan ó yìí máa sọ náà ni pé mi bàbá ti ṣe ọmọ máa sọ náà ni so wọ́n ṣe wò pé you can let go na o domíyàwó o dupe mi o gbébọn sí mi lórí o pa ọmọ mi so kí wá ló kù tí mo fẹ́ ṣe tí mo ní fi forgive ẹ̀ ṣé mi ò ṣe ọlọ́run ni ṣé ọlọ́run èmi ò ṣe ọlọ́run ni.
mo ní rẹ́tò mo ti bèrè lọ́wọ́ mo ní ní sùúrù náà mo ní ṣòwò àti ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ń jà sóbò ni.
nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀
Can you hear? Arifa is taking it back to Sele again. It was. You understand? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Interpret for us.
Okay. Am I echoing?
You are clear. Your audio is good. Just interpret.
Okay. Okay, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Contrary to what Arifa and Arifa and Lagata was saying in the previous audio, that Sele is the one that is planning to attack Westo. Now he is confirming to Arifa what he wants to do to Westo. Then that he will break bottle on his head and so on and so forth. But he's saying it's Sele at that time in that audio.
mo ti gbọ́ náà o gbé mi yàwó o dúpù mi o gbébọn sí mi lórí o pa ọmọ mi so kí wá ló kù tí mo fẹ́ ṣe tí mo ní fi forgive ẹ̀ ṣé mi ò ṣe ọlọ́run ni.
Please stop calling my phone.
IT guy.
I swear I
Maristo,
continue
my
to
brother, I'm here.
spam
I'm
calls.
listening.
IT guy, do you see why I said those who have evidence, let them bring it out?
Yeah, I think sometimes aristocrats,
Are you
you
getting
can
my
say
point now?
that people are selective. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They take a snippet, they're only selective, and what is useful to them is the lies they want to tell the public. And that is a bit I don't agree. That's the reason why what you said makes sense. Because if you play it in full, as Sele is just said, if he plays it in full and people are recording it, let them not lie to the public because they've listened to it in full and they cannot now lie to the public if what everybody listened to at that time is full in public space. And you're right. You are right.
Thank you.
And this is the thing. I just hate what we do. I hate what we do, all of us, especially the people that want to kind of shade. They do snippets. And that is the problem we have. And that's the reason why sometimes when I get snippets, I always lie low. I will wait until one day Aduke, very wicked lady, decides to play it in full. Then we will get the full, because this is what they've been using this to fool us all along. Snippets. And Sele is doing a great job right now by playing it in full. And at that point in time, there's no way to hide.
Contracts. Yes. Exactly. And
So
the way it is, neither you or me can vilify anybody or stay behind anyone. What we just need to do is bring the issues out in the public. We must create that platform
place in
for
full,
all parties to come and play it.
Exactly. So exactly. But the thing is,
that is what I am for.
They end up shooting the messenger. If you look at Olori Ebi, Latin snail, pepper snail, I'm sure it's blocked me everywhere, and I've actually subsequently blocked him where I could block him too. Paparano is the only one I know that is neutral in a way when it comes to you sending stuff to him because you pick it up from another platform. It will drop you, it will curse you, and it will tell you he's not having it. He always says, I don't want people to go to other platform and come to my platform to play anything for me. Let me use my own discretion when I eventually get there. And Paparano is a good listener. He listens on every platform. So before they bring the news to him, he's got the news already. You see? So snippets from even Solar K that is listening here is one of the baddies that will take snippets. that will join a platform. He will not get its information in full. Solake is there, I can see him. He will not get the information in full. And he will go to other platform to go and lie. Yeah, he can come up and challenge me. I know him very well. I mute my mic for now.
Go ahead, Sele. Go ahead, Sele.
You buy it today, you go sit down, and then when you come empty your 70,
Mute loud.
pass like that.
Okay, I have just one question. All these things.
Everybody is breaking bones.
All these things. At the time that, can you hear me? A call continues to come in. I don't know who is calling me because I did not give anybody.
I can hear you.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you. If all these things happened at the same time when I was screaming that Spending had Mohbad's iCloud with him, where is that iCloud? Why is the content of that iCloud not evidential for this case? Why is Spending accepting the DPP to use him as a rebate to polish the face of the public, to rob Mohbad of justice? I don't want anybody to answer that, but let that just be around our thoughts. Let me continue.
Mommy, so kí wá ló kù tí mo fẹ́ ṣe tí mo ní fi forgive ẹ? Tí mo ní fi forgive ẹ?
Ṣé wàá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ń jà sóbò ni?
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ mo ti gbọ́ náà.
Hold on. I'm here, Deish.
You might want to say something. I don't know what maybe what you want to talk about is confidential. It's reflecting in the audio you have taken.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so you can continue to
Can you? Each talk is in the underground playing.
Lagata. Pẹ̀lú East lọ́dọ̀ East.
You know, each talk is also with Baba at this time, and that is why I'm saying Joseph Aloba continues to be ambushed. Gurexi, Lagata, Muiwa, Bukky Jesse, Yomi, all of these people. Yomi might be the last born of this movement. Let me continue playing.
Kí ni conference report àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn?
Okay.
So, gbogbo nǹkan báyìí lójú tèmi ó ti di envy.
Envy ni na mi lọ sọ́dọ̀ Yeyekudi fi mí ṣe moderator. Yeyekudi message mi fún ara wọn ní pé Lagata jọ boss man sọ fún mi pé ó mọ gbogbo àwọn people.
You see, Lagata said something 4 days ago that the thing that is paining Sele is because there was a time he went to Yeyekudi's platform and they dropped him, and he thought that I'm the one that dropped
Lagata,
him.
let me interject at this point. And I've listened to this. I've listened to this on several platforms over the last 72 hours. What is the relationship between Bossman and Lagata?
Relationship between Odumosu and Lagata that is enough for him to be mediating between Bella and Lagata, and we say so nothing happened. The whole DNA, the whole lawyer of justice for Mohbad mediating between Lagata, private issue with Odumosu is the same relationship with Bossman and Lagata, because Bossman was for IK legal something. I will look for that there. Odumosu's letter heading to know the name, but man works with or for Odumosu, and nobody should correct me on that.
The next time we eat the streets, and people are talking about Bossman, I don't want anyone to defend him. He needs
No,
to
but boss
open his
man, the
platform.
IT,
Hold on, hold
the
on,
IT.
hold on. Hold on, let me finish this. He needs to open his platform. If he wants to debunk anything, he now needs to invite us to come and ask questions because we are all taking notes right now. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, this is where how I know Bossman. When African TV and David Fadile were fired, Harris said she fired David Fadile. Lagata and Harris worked together. They have always worked together from day zero, and I have evidence of that. I will play it. It's on my platform. Even was the one that came to us with Odumosu's letterheading to say if in case we need help we should pay 150,000 naira for those of us that we are in the petition. I'm not saying all these things with mouth. I have my evidence.
More than enough to be going on with.
I'm expecting people to come and